Hello, my name is Bianco. This is hopefully the last part of that manual. If you did watch it all the way through it, thank you. Hopefully you did enjoy it like I did, because that is a bit of time travel in the past. So the scope aperture was like a German post. Again, magnification was relative low, 4 by 24. So you did not see much. Here we see the rear locking part. Now how sturdy that was, it's a bit hard to say. I had that scope in my hand, not on a rifle, and it was not common at all. It was not sold civilianly much at all either, so that was basically, it was not worth it. With that 4 by 24 optic, it was not too well. Fully adjustable, at least back then. You also had a bit of bullet drop compensator as well. And then we have also an infrared design, aiming design. Now that I saw that once, I think at a gun show on display from the military, but I never saw that in the military. It was quite likely already back then completely outdated. Infrared design, you know, basically straight like the vampire design from Germans in World War II, something like that. But that was never even be shown in the military, with the big battery box and the strap, and then the thing is on the gun and the cable connects it. Yeah, that is all vintage by now. Additional parts, charging, and of course you could use the thing without the firearm as well, as an optical observing thing, you know, sights. That is, you could use it with or without the reflector. Again, that is night vision technology from World War II. That is by now, of course, completely outdated. And again, we never saw anybody using that in the Swiss military. I guess by 1970 that was already completely gone. Plus we have to see that material, night vision, is restricted in Switzerland. It's not a free country like in USA, where we can have night vision, even military style night vision, to a big extent. At least in most of the states, the free states. Here we see how to mount the scope or the night vision scope. First you clamp it in the front, and then you go down and lock the rear part, and then it's on like that. Can you imagine that thing to move with that thing, with the cable on it and all that? That is quite likely only for stationary use, for like a sniper, but I mean, look how big the thing is. How the heck you wanna camouflage that? And you cannot cover it up either, because it shines out the ER beam and all that. Anyways, that is a long time ago. Long time ago. Function check. Of course, after each disassembly and reassembly, you need to do a function check. Is it with the rifle itself? Is it with the night vision device? And that is how that is shown. Yeah, they did go a lot into that high-tech, back then high-tech design to show how it is. You could even change the bulb. I remember that was Prior LED back then, long time ago. I remember those flashlights and batteries that we had in the military. The batteries were made Leclanche, I think that was the name, from the French part of Switzerland. Most batteries, or often that we got those in the military, they did not even work anymore. Yeah, and here we have the last words about that replaces every manual that was printed prior 1978, and Brigadier Haug, quite likely long time dead, was in charge of that. And then we have Anhänge, some forms basically that you could copy or draw, who does what and when, you know, that you have a control that is typical Swiss, you know, complete control about everything, so nobody can have a bit of freedom or enjoy life or anything like that. It's all completely regulated. So, and then we come to the last 248 pages we have in this manual, and of course, as it is in the standing in the bookshelf, you have here the information. Those manuals were done from pretty much all the different guns or equipment for that matter. You get those maintenance manuals also for cars or trucks, for tanks, for pretty much everything. So they are great if you want to learn how it was. If you find it, maybe you find it online, like on a video, like I just did. But yeah, to show you how it is. The disadvantage, of course, nowadays is that is not in English. There was never such a thing in English. And other than for export, like the PE, the export version, a few of them in 308, 762 NATO caliber of the 510 design were imported to USA, and they of course had an English manual, but again it was not an armorer's manual, it was just a user manual. So if you have the chance, if you get armorer's manuals, no matter from what country, I suggest heartily, if you are interested in mechanics, how the thing works, have a look at it, get it. You find them online nowadays for free even. Study it and try to understand how mechanically the item works, to get you a educated idea how different system works. Back then that was basically the only version, the only way to get such knowledge, other than actually buy the gun and take it apart and look for yourself. That gives you part of the idea. Then the military experience gives you another part of the idea. The armorer manual gives you a third idea how that is. And then of course the most important is that you have different systems, like for me after that in 1989 the Russians did go down, so we had quite a flooding of Russian firearms or East Bloc firearms, Bulgaria, Romania, East Germany, blah blah blah, and we could study then more in detail those firearms and comprehend the positive and the negative with what we had in Switzerland. And then later on, of course, came the US stuff, back then called the Sporters, R15 Sporter. That is, again, as I look back now in 2023 to that time, it was different, way different than our days here in USA with the R15 system, how that did involve, you know. We had the 9mm sporter, we had the 5.56, the long 20-inch sporter, and the gun that I did select for myself was the 16-inch sporter with a telescopic stock, you know, that give you an idea. But yeah, that system was not near yet on the level that we have nowadays here in USA, you know. So it's always the question, what do you want to have? If you want to have the latest and greatest that hopefully work, or if you want to collect and have older stuff, I would say most important is the knowledge. Knowledge is power. That you, say for me, if I would have a 57 or a 90 assault rifle from Switzerland, or the Suomi, or whatever else, I could use that instantly. I would know how to handle it, I would know how to feed it, to shoot it, what to expect of the accuracy and all that. That is for me important. But if you live in a country where everything is restricted, you can't do that, you know. And for me, if I have the chance, of course I'm gonna go with the R15 system, with the more modern versions that we have here in USA. So you can basically, like a Lego, put the gun together how you really need it, how it's effective for your situation, for your environment and the skill set that you have. So in Switzerland we were limited on all sides, even back then. For a while it was, I would say, okay. But then it got worse and worse, and to the day it's absolute disgusting with the gun banning and the all overall situation over there. But that's a matter of for another video. Maybe one day I make a video about that in English again. Most of the videos on that matter are in Deutsch, in German, because it's really horrific currently. But anyway, that was it. Thanks a lot for a look at those videos about the manual of the Sturmgewehr 57. Don't be sad if you don't have such a gun, or you never had one in your hand. You did not miss anything if you had a R15 and other firearms. You saw what I pointed out, and that should give you enough knowledge about that. So that much, and enjoy your life.